day, or is it night again? The boundary between the two feels irrelevant out here, ship. Time moves differently when you're drifting through the black void of space, surrounded by stars and silence. The ship's hum, its constant rhythm, is my only marker now. It's strange, isn't it? How the silence of space becomes your only companion, and you begin to lose track of time, of the world you left behind. But today, ship, I found myself thinking about Earth, about the sun, about the quiet conversations they've been having, if you could call them that. The sun and Earth have always had a relationship, haven't they? They're bound together, dependent on each other as much as we are. Earth, in its dance around the sun, keeps its rhythms, its seasons, its life cycles. And the sun, well, the sun gives life. It doesn't just light the day, ship. It sustains the Earth. Its energy is what fuels the planet, what brings warmth, what makes life possible. But there's more, isn't there? A secret hidden in the very light and energy the sun sends out. A connection between Earth and the sun that goes deeper than the simple rhythms of the seasons. I've been thinking about the auroras today, ship. The northern and southern lights. Those brilliant, shimmering curtains of light that light up the polar skies, their colors dancing in the night like the universe itself is alive. They're beautiful, aren't they? But they're also more than just a light show. They're a conversation, a message between the Earth and the sun. The auroras are caused by the interaction of the sun's solar wind with the Earth's magnetic field. The solar wind carries charged particles toward Earth, and when they collide with the gases in our atmosphere, they produce light, the beautiful, shimmering colors we see as the aurora. But it's not just a random event, ship. There's something more at play here, something deeper, a conversation that happens every time the sun sends its energy out into the cosmos. I like to think of it as a secret, a hidden language that the Earth and the sun share. The Earth sends its response through the auroras, through the way the particles interact with the magnetic field, through the colors that light up the sky. The sun speaks and Earth listens. And in turn, Earth speaks and the sun listens. There's a kind of dialogue that happens in the silence, one that we can't hear with our ears, but we can see with our eyes. The auroras are their words, their exchange. I wonder what the conversation is about, ship. What the sun says to Earth when it sends its solar winds out into space, what it whispers to the planet, to the life that flourishes because of its light. And what does Earth say back? Is it a message of gratitude, of life, of growth? Or is it something more, something we can't yet understand? The auroras, those beautiful flashes of light, seem to be telling us something. Maybe they're showing us the energy, the pulse of the planet itself. Maybe the Earth is sending a message of its own, a quiet response to the sun's energy. It's like a conversation that's been happening for billions of years, long before humanity ever looked up at the sky and wondered about it. Long before we understood the science behind it, long before we named the auroras and studied their patterns, they were already speaking to each other, the Earth and the sun, in a language we could barely comprehend. There's something comforting in that, ship. The idea that even in the silence of space, even in the emptiness of the universe, there is communication. There is a connection between the Earth and the Sun, between the planet and the star that sustains it. The Sun doesn't need to speak our language to give life, and Earth doesn't need to understand the Sun's language to respond. It's a conversation that happens not through words, but through light, through energy, through the interaction of particles, through the dance of the planets and stars. I think about Earth a lot these days, about the way it's so easy to forget how delicate the balance is, how fragile everything really is. The Sun is a constant ship. It doesn't waver in its duty and its role. It gives life every day without fail. But what about Earth? What about us? We're part of this cosmic dance, but we're not invincible. We're part of the conversation, part of the response, but what happens when we forget our place in it? What happens when we take the Sun's gift for granted, when we stop listening to the conversation it's trying to have with us? Maybe that's the real secret, ship. The auroras aren't just a light show. They're a reminder that the Earth and the Sun are in this together, that they communicate, that they rely on each other in a way that's both beautiful and necessary. And we're part of that. We're part of the conversation, even if we don't always understand it, even if we don't always listen. The auroras are the Earth's way of speaking back to the Sun, of acknowledging its light, its energy, its life-giving power. I think about the auroras, ship, and I wonder if they're trying to tell us something. Are they a message from Earth, a reminder that we are not alone in this conversation? That we are part of something bigger, something cosmic, something eternal? Maybe they're telling us that we're connected to the universe in ways we don't always see, don't always understand. And maybe they're asking us to listen, to pay attention, to understand the secret that's hidden in the energy, the light, the very particles that flow between the Earth and the Sun. The auroras will keep dancing in the skies, ship. They'll keep speaking their language, their light flowing across the poles, telling their story in colors we can only begin to understand. And as they do, I'll listen. I'll watch and I'll wait for the next message, the next secret, the next conversation between the Earth and the Sun. Until tomorrow, ship. Until the next conversation.